Daytona 500.
There's just a big excitement about the Daytona 500.
Series champions.
It's just tough to win.
Daytona champions.
The prestige of it has just been built for so many years.
The ultimate prize.
If you got to be good somewhere, there's no place better to be good than at Daytona.
The legacy.
Using lessons learned from his father.
You just feel it building up, building up, building up. It's hard to keep everything peaceful.
And now all of a sudden it's time.
Welcome to Race 2 of the Nikon Cup Series. We are here at Daytona for the running of the Daytona 500. Previously on the Nikon Cup Series, it was a great battle in Seattle between Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon, but it was Jeff Gordon who reigned supreme at Seattle. Let's take a look at today's headlines for today's race. Starting third is your last week's winner and your point leader, Jeff Gordon, in a beautiful throwback to his early NASCAR days. Could the Rainbow Warrior go with 2 for 2 with wins? Let's find out. Finally, on the pole, also in a beautiful throwback, is Rusty Wallace. However, he is 11th in the point standings. Rusty Wallace needs to make up some ground in order to be a possible threat in the future. Now, here is the Miscraft Cup Series on his drivers to watch out for today's race.
You know, there's been a lot of guys that have been really strong so far, since the first race in Seattle. And it was one of those races where, you saw a lot of potential for some of these drivers. I got to go with some of the guys like Kevin Harvick or Elliott Sadler, Kyle Busch even. He looked very strong. But these guys are going to have to battle it out here for the Nikon Cup Series win today. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but it definitely will be exciting. Back to you.
Thank you, Miscraft. Now let's get ready for the command.
Famous words in motorsports, our Grand Marshal Richard Petty.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
As the engines are all fired up, let's take a look at today's starting lineup. In row 1, it is Rusty Wallace alongside with Michael Waltrip. In row 2, it's Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. In row 3, it's Elliott Sadler and Kyle Busch. In row 4, it's Matt Kenseth and Dale Jarrett. In row 5, it's Tony Stewart and Martin Truex Jr. In row 6 is Jimmy Johnson and Denny Hamlin. In row 7, it's Kevin Harvick and Brian Vickers. In row 8 is Bobby Labonte and Kasey Kahne. In row 9 is Jimmy Spencer and Brian Newman. In the final row is Jamie Murray and Mark Martin. And that was your starting lineup. Now let's get ready for the green flag. Rusty Wallace and Michael Waltrip leads the field to the green flag, and race 2 of the Nikon Cup Series is underway. You could see the DEI cars Michael Waltrip and Dale Earnhardt Jr. working together in the early stages of today's race. Waltrip will lead the first lap of today's race, followed by his teammate Dale Jr. It's going to be a difficult day to pass the DEI cars because both of them work together during practice. And don't forget that Waltrip won this race back in 2001 and 2003, with his teammate Dale Jr. winning the 2004 and the 2014 Daytona 500s. As Waltrip will lead the second lap of today's race, Luke is on the outside. Kyle Busch, your point leader in the Monster Energy Cup Series. However, he did not win the Daytona 500. Darrell Wallace Jr. did. But for now, he does not have the support like the DEI cars has. Waltrip will lead the third lap of today's race with the support of Dale Jr. A spin in the backstretch. That is Rusty Wallace, hard in the inside wall, and the first caution is out. Let's take a look at the replay what happened moments ago. Rusty Wallace tried to go on the outside to make something happen, and then the push wasn't there, so he tried to go on the inside, but it was too late as Jeff Gordon was trying to clear the gap between him and Dale Jr. And here's the replay with full speed. And we'll be right back after a quick commercial break. Welcome back to the Nikon Cup Series. We have 5 laps remaining as both DEI cars leads the field back to the green flag. Walter going on the outside getting support of Dale Jr. but loses the lead to trouble! Huge crash! Johnson flips it over, lands it on all fours, and the second caution is out. Let's take a look at what happened moments ago. Same situation as Rusty Wallace crash, but this time it was Jimmy Johnson who collects Kevin Harvick. You may be asking, how did Jimmy Johnson flip it over? It was the force of impact with Kevin Harvick that made Johnson flip over and land on all fours. Let's take a look at it again one more time as Johnson and Harvick walk away from the crash. And we're set with a green right checkered finish at Daytona. Green flag back in the air. Gordon and Waltrip leads the field on the restart. Something is wrong as Waltrip doesn't get going on this restart as he's fading position. But up front, it is Dale Jr. alongside with Jeff Gordon with 2 laps to go at Daytona. Dale Jr. leads with 1 lap to go. Could he win his 3rd Daytona 500? Gordon on the inside for now. Jr. has help with Tony Stewart. Jr. goes on the inside, but Tony Stewart gets a huge run with Matt Kenseth entering 3 and 4. Both side by side. They beat, they bang, and it's Tony Stewart who wins his first Daytona 500, edging out Dale Jr. An unbelievable finish in race 2 of the Nikon Cup Series. Who expected Tony Stewart to win at Daytona? As you see, Dale Jr. thought Gordon had the run on the inside, but blocked him in order for Gordon to win today's race. But Stewart, who got a huge push with Kenseth, and it resulted a side-by-side battle at the line, but at the end, it was Tony Stewart who edged out Dale Jr. at the line. Congratulations, Tony Stewart, as he celebrates his first career Daytona 500 win, and he finally goes to victory lane for the Nikon Cup Series with a special memory he will never forget. And here's your finishing results. You can find your favorite driver and where they lie. And here's your point standings. Jeff Gordon still leads over Tony Stewart with a 3-point gap. Next race will be held at Auto Club Speedway. Could Tony Stewart walk out as your point leader next week, or does Jeff Gordon keep his point lead over Tony Stewart? Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to watch race 2 of the Monster Energy Cup Series at Auto Club Speedway.